The question starts with a why. Why do humans do art? You know, it's fascinating when we ask this actually because we come across it every single day. We see it every single day and we hear it ever so often. Yet some of us, not all, still ask the questions, why do we do art? Maybe it's for the source of entertainment. Maybe it's to look captivating or interesting. Or maybe it's to be aesthetically pleasing, for the Instagrams. I mean, we certainly don't need it for survival. It's not like we're saving lives in the emergency room or we're hosing down a burning fire. Yet, here we are. We still care about it. What is art to you? Think about it. Take a moment. Keep the answer in your head. It could be a long response or a short one. Don't stress it, just the first thing that comes into your mind. Ready? Did some of you think painting? Did some of you say literature? Maybe some of you thought performing, along the lines of dance, music, or theatre. There's no right or wrong answer, so don't worry. Unless you thought math or science, because that is completely wrong. Okay. Before you secretly take your phones out to Google the meaning of art, let me do the honors. Art is an expression shown through a human creative skill in different forms. That's a bit of a fancy answer, so let me make it less complex. Art is a way people show their feelings through dancing, music, reading, writing, creatives. So, an expression shown through a human creative skill in different forms. If that's the meaning, then the real question is, what is the art of the arts? When we ask this, the questions, why is it important? Why is it different? And why is it special? Tends to linger, making us wonder. Let's put it in a scenario. Imagine you and your friends, you guys were out to study. You needed to catch up on some homework. Your subject was English literature. Your friend's subject was math. Your homework was to create a poem that links back to you. Symbolic. Your friend's homework was to find x in an equation. You were struggling to get a start, so you were going to ask your friends for help. You look to them and you're just like, oh, they were on ChatGPT. So instead of scolding them, you think to yourself, you know what, I don't want to fail this class. I'll use it too. You do the basics, you log in, you search, create a poem about me. The teacher's going to love my work. I mean, it's AI generating it for me, so I'm going to get the best mark. But then you actually read it. See, the words were all right, but the poem didn't feel like you. It was definitely a poem, a well-written one. So you just sat there confused. You stared at it for a while because, again, this poem's about you. You wrote in your family. You said you had a cat. Your favorite color is pink. Yet, it still didn't feel like it. But why? You got what you wanted. After all, your work, it's just words on a piece of paper. Why wasn't that poem relatable? Words can be a million of things, thousands of meanings in the span of one word, whether it's how we deliver it or how we want them to be heard. That is up to us. When you listen to music, how does that sound make you feel? When you watch a movie, how does that one scene make you react? When you read, when you write, you're not just reading it, you're not just writing it, but you're rather taking it in. When you see a piece that you just don't really relate to, you don't feel for it. All right, I'll give you a poem right now. There was a cat. It was very fat, and it sat on a mat. Good poem, right? Not really. It was awkward. You didn't feel for it. You just kind of sat there thinking, what is this kid on? Well, the little thing about art is that art itself isn't really a thing, but rather a little more behind it. You can kind of catch that there's always something a bit more than that. Maybe a connection. I think most of us can agree that art is in a variety of places. Galleries, homes, libraries. But has any of you thought to check moments? I didn't think so. Variety of times, art isn't really seen, but rather there. When you share a poem or a song you love, you're not really just sharing it, but you're also giving a piece of yourself. These things, they make you vulnerable without you even knowing. Maybe you were deeply in love. You and your partner, you shared this one specific song. You listened to it every day, every anniversary, every late night drive. You loved that song so much because you felt like you were someone. You felt love. But that's until you guys actually broke up. When you did, things changed. When you listened to that song again, the once comfort you found in those familiar chords just was replaced with ache, heart. You just felt empty. And that's because you didn't just share this song, but that song, it became a reminder of how you felt in that one moment, how you felt with the one person you truly cared about. To me, art is like having a conversation with someone without using any direct words, but rather a filter to their emotions, like an easy pass. As humans, we have feelings. Surprising, right? We have lots of feelings, some more than others. We carry our emotions everywhere we go: love, joy, struggle, fear, pain. These feelings are like seeds. When they grow, they get stronger, and eventually, they bloom into passion. Everyone in here has an interest, but not anyone has discovered passion. The soul's way of saying, this matters to me so much, I have to express it. Like a lighted up devotion burning so intensely inside of you, waiting to be expressed. And when does, you express it through action, through words, through living. Passion is so rare because you cannot replace passion. You cannot force it. You can only discover it. A famous quote from a famous book, Dead Poets Society. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but I sure have, thousands of times. We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, engineering, these are noble pursuits necessary to sustain life. But poetry, love, romance, beauty, arts, these are what we stay alive for. So when someone asks me, what is the art of the arts? I would simply say this. Arts, ladies and gentlemen, is you. Arts is humanity. We share arts because this is everyone's first time in living. We share art to connect, to share the beauty of living with each other. To create is to be human. To share is to understand. Art is what makes us human. Life is a journey of living. We never know how long we have left. So take the chance. Take the leap. Next time someone asks you, come try a new exhibit with me. Seize it. When asked to try a new genre of music, try it. When given a book recommendation, don't easily dismiss it. Use every opportunity to appreciate the beauty around you. enjoy life and be grateful for every second you have. Because remember, every single one of you here tonight will and always will be an art. Thank you.